NSCRO event coordinator for this tournament. The tournament staff and I will be wearing these bright green jerseys throughout the weekend. If you have any questions, you're welcome to track one of us down. In a moment, we'll be doing our national anthem, but first, a few important announcements. Welcome packs for the weekend are available at our merchandise booth. These will have everything you need to know about the tournament. Please feel free to grab a copy. In that same area, you'll find our restrooms, concession stands on the back side of this building, as well as our Oregon Rugby Sports Union tent, where you are welcome to eat, get out of the sun or rain, and socialize. Thank you, Orsu, for providing this tent. Our tournament will consist of 2 semifinals today. The loser of those semifinals will play a third-place match tomorrow at 11 a.m. The winners of those semifinals will play tomorrow at 1 p.m., and the winner of that championship match will advance to the NSCRO Challenge Cup National Championships at Siena College in Loudonville, New York on April 27th and 28th. At the conclusion of that championship match on Sunday, there will be an awards ceremony. All teams will receive awards, and at least one player from each team will be recognized as well. So please stick around for that awards ceremony. We ask all spectators to please remain on the south side of the field during your tournament. You are also welcome to sit on what we call the berm to my right here. That has a good angle of the field as well, that's a little bit elevated. But please no spectators behind the tri-zones or on the other side of the field. Lastly, and most importantly, we ask that all players, coaches, and spectators help maintain what is the most beautiful part of rugby culture, a focus on core values and a strong sense of community and a respect for ourselves, the officials, and our opponents. Please behave with dignity at all times and help make this tournament a positive experience for all. And now, please rise to honor America and direct your attention to the flag, which is over my left shoulder above the softball field. To perform our national anthem, please welcome Western Oregon University freshman and dance club member, Cheyenne Taylor.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets spread glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Cheyenne. Let's play some rugby.
Welcome to Monmouth, Oregon, the home of Western Oregon University. We're here for the Pacific Coast semi-finals of the National Small College Rugby Organization 2018-2019 Men's Challenge Cup. The eventual winner of tomorrow's final will go on to represent the Pacific Coast in the National Championship at Siena College, Loudonville, New York on April 27-28th. They will join Central Champs University of Wisconsin, Stevens Point, Eastern winners Washington and Lee University, and a West Regional representative that will be determined this weekend in Moorhead, Minnesota. It's going to be an absolutely glorious day here in Western Oregon. My name is Chip Burnside. I am joined by my commentary partner, Tiafina Ho-Chi, who will be describing the action here today.
Thank you very much, Chip, for that fantastic introduction, and welcome here today, sports fans here to watch the wonderful NSCRO Rugby Championship Pacific Coast Championships here we have today in Monmouth. Looking forward to calling a fantastic game, seeing some great rugby, and just know what's going to be in store for us today. Thanks, Chip.
So the two teams we've got here are the Humboldt State Lumberjacks. They're playing against the Central Oregon Community College Bobcats. Bobcats actually have a record of 5-2. They participated in this tournament last year in Vallejo, California. They finished third.
No, it's great. It's great to have the people out here today when it comes to the rugby that we're seeing out here in the US, and especially at the small college level. It's it's really important to have these organisations creating infrastructure in order to have great development at this level of rugby for the people who are looking to have a career in rugby and stuff like that too. It's very important to have these type of arenas in order to have rugby here today in the US. It's exciting.
Looks like the game's going to be officiated by Jonathan Whitfield, who's a local referee. Central Oregon will be kicking off, and Humboldt State's going to receive.
All right, let's see what's going on here. We're going to start here off. We've got a reception here by our... Oh, here he goes. He goes and take it in there. Tackle, good tackle right here in the tight. They look to go to the left. There's some space out there. Good tackle. Oh, no, here we go. Stops the ball. And the scrum half decides to go left. We go to space. They're going to create some space here out the right side of the pitch eventually. Keeping it in the tight. Just to create a strong platform. Now they go to the strong runners immediately. Just want to be a little bit more with some intent there.
This is Narco taking the ball up there. He's there. Loose forward, plant.
Sweet, some big runners up here just in the tight. And Humboldt State do a great job in order to sustain possession of the ball. Now they're looking for some speed on the edge. Tough luck, a bit of a spill in contact. Lost forward.
That was a good settling period there for the Lumberjacks. They won a couple of ruck balls in a row. They got to touch the ball. That's a nice little settling period right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they got a little bit of jitters out of the way, had some contact. Now I'm looking forward to seeing the leaders just take some control of the teams, have them settle into their game plan. So we're going to start with the scrum here just outside of their 22. Humboldt State have the put in. Their scrum half here looking at Nick Sanchez. Looking forward to seeing what they put together here.
Nice solid scrum there.
Off to the skipper. He's the leader on the team right now, number 10. That's Cameron Whitney.
I believe that was Delvin Jamal Milton making that nice cutback run.
There you go, penalty. Not rolling away there in the tackle, so therefore he has to create separation. Penalty goes to Humboldt State, and we'll see what decision they make here. They're going to decide to go to touch. Good choice, and they choose the territory game. Now, we had some great conversations with the coaches prior to our commentary here. Can you tell us a little bit about the line out for Central Oregon Community College here, Chip? What are we looking forward to here?
Well, we're going to see that Byers is going to be the guy that they're going to try to go to. He's the tall fella there with the headband. However, it's Humboldt State's throw here. They get their man up nice and high there.
Well done to get them, make it. Humboldt goes wide. Can't connect.
That ball went backwards, I believe. You can see immediately that the Lumberjacks want to get that ball wide. That's where they think they've got an edge. And you've got to remember that this field here at Western Oregon University is extremely wide. It's almost international width. And any time you have speed on the outside here, this is going to really help you.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing those nerves settle so they can actually connect and get it out there wide. You know, it's all important with make sure that you can execute, get those passes out there, and we can really see those legs get going. Central Oregon with the put in, just past the halfway. Spills out after the put in, but it's okay. It's really important. The only thing that's important here in the scrum is safety. We're still learning our body positioning and stuff like that at this level, so safety is paramount here. We must protect our necks always. Straight put in, straight angles. Looking forward to the surge, just making sure that we maintain that here today. Throughout the weekend, actually.
Zach Ferguson is on the feed here. He's the captain of Central Oregon. He was actually a converted forward. They've had some injuries to a halfback, so that's why he's in there at halfback.
Strong strum here. It's going to call the wheel though. There you go. So it's a call the wheel. It's a strong strum by Humboldt State. Central Oregon are going to keep the put in. Go ahead for a reset. This is a great attacking position for Central Oregon to be in. There's lots of space in order for them to take advantage of. There's a strong blind side there, lots of options. Let's see what they put together. Penalty.
This is important for Central Oregon to...
Oh, going with the quick tap. He's a forward, all right? He wants to go. There we go, well done. Let's maintain possession. Oh, he's held up in the tackle. Bit of hands in the rug there, but it's okay. It comes back and we're still in the tight.
Yeah, those Humboldt State players are up very quickly there. Might have been a tad offside. However, he's got him for a ruck infringement there.
All right.
Again,
quick
they're
tap,
not back.
all right.
They're not back 10, those Humboldt State players.
There goes that number 9 looking for those opportunities. Going to catch Humboldt sleeping sometimes if they're not ready back in defence. One crash around the fringe.
Referee's playing advantage. Penalty coming to Central Oregon.
Oh, looked a bit offside there also. It's okay. They're still taking advantage.
Luke Wagner.
Advantage.
Luke Wagner taking that ball inside there.
Penalised again against Humboldt State. The Sir's calling time.
He might want to take a kick here.
Yeah, why would they take a kick here? Skip, if you can talk through that for us, that'd be great.
You know, Central Oregon need to stay in this game early. They haven't played in quite a while. They've been off due to weather constraints there in Bend, Oregon, and they haven't even been able to practice. The longer they can keep this game close, I think they'll find their feet and might be a handful for Humboldt State.
Yeah, I agree. We're seeing some great ball forward leadership by their scrum half there. He knows where to take advantage of those small spaces. We have Skylar Paulson up here for the conversion. Let's see how it does. Well done.
He slotted it.
Well done. Slotted through the uprights. Way to draw first blood there with the conversion. That's 3 points for Central Oregon. Well done, and they come away and they will receive.
The referee can be a little officious. We know him from our local... from playing in our local competition. So Humboldt State need to pay attention to Mr. Whitfield. Absolutely.
The sir needs to talk through what he's seeing, the things that will help the Central Oregon Community College, came away with the score there.
Yeah, leading 3-0.
Absolutely. Humboldt State with the restart. Little bit of confusion here, no worries.
It's going to turn into a beautiful day here. It was a little bit cloudy early on, but it was sunny when I left home today. It was absolutely not a cloud in the sky when I left Portland.
Yeah, it's going to burn off and be a cracker day today here in Monmouth, Oregon.
It's a lovely bucolic setting out here.
too right, too right.
If you think you've stumbled into the Radio New Zealand broadcast, you actually have not. We just happen to be two New Zealanders living in America.
Just happen to be.
Number 4 here, taking it up here. Big run. That was Andrew Osborne. Nice catch from the kickoff, and Central Oregon quickly recycling that ball.
Well done. Going to space here. Got the don't argue. Good fend. Let's see if they can maintain possession and capitalise on this momentum that they've got going here. Quick pick and go. Well done. Well, they're sure showing some great shape for not having practiced since last year, that's for sure. Really taking advantage of that hinge and just the hit-ups and gaining ground. This is great momentum.
Well, rugby's like riding a bike. Obviously, these guys haven't forgotten how to ride the bike.
No, that's mean. Really exciting to see them put it together here today. So, unfortunately, they did find touch. We're going to have a line out here by Humboldt State. They're going to do something just to relieve some of the pressure that Central Oregon is putting on them with that tight play and continuing to make ground there. Let's see how they can resolve some of that pressure and go to space.
Yeah, Coach Greg Puggy said that the line-out was a little bit of an issue sometimes for Humboldt State. They had some issues sometimes with their throw and their timing, but so far they've won 2 line-outs straight.
There you go, they put that together. There's that
That's
chop
a great
line.
run.
Well done.
That was Andre Haskell there.
Hard luck, bit of a spill in the tackle. Just got to maintain possession, eh? We keep that, they keep going forward.
I really like the look of these centres, Andre Haskell and Delvin Jamal Milton.
Yeah, absolutely. Some strong runners there, some solid angles. If they keep this up, it's going to be hard to maintain that type of defence for 80 minutes from Central Oregon.
Yeah, the corresponding midfield for Central Oregon, Justin Johns and Luke Wagner, are going to have to make every tackle today.
Yeah.
This time, a big push. It's a tight head there, and that was almost unsafe.
Yeah, almost. Just need to calm it down just a little bit. But really strong scrum there by Humboldt State. Sir having a few words.
Humboldt State, they're pretty high on their scrum. They said they get extremely low. Anytime you're getting low, you've really got a huge edge in the scrum. And that in that particular case, you could see that front row of Central Oregon's folded up like a staple.
Ferguson with the put in again. Here we go, let's see. Number 8 needs to pick it up right now. If it starts to get, ball comes out. Oh, he gets that pass off. Well done. Waste some support play from that back 3 from Humboldt State.
They ran out of space there, but that was a really telling run. And if they continue to run like that all day, I really feel that the Central Oregon boys are going to be nursing a few bruises.
Yeah, that back 3 is the ones to look out for this weekend. We've got Nako at their blind side flanker, Thomas Bradley at their open side flanker, and then Latu at number 8. That's the 3 to look out for this weekend.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a South Pacific connection there. Latu is, I believe, his Tongan. His parents are Tongan, and I talked to Nako before the game. His mum's actually from Mangere.
Well, I thought so with the name Tumanako. That's a Maori name right there. I recognise that. Oh, punishing tackle. Need to bring him to ground and then see what happens.
Yeah, there you go. The ball's coming out here on the blind side. He's got some space. He is extremely shifty.
Yeah, absolutely. Way to get that offload in there.
That is Chris Armstrong who ended up with the ball.
We're right here on the sideline.
There's no halfback. Now they figure it out.
They go for a pick and go from the base of the ruck here. And they're just trying to get a strong platform in order to get going again. He chooses to
they're not stopping
right.
him. He's in for the try. That was Latu, wasn't it?
It was Latu. Saw the space on the tight here, really, where there was no defence covering that sideline. Takes advantage and scores in the corner.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Yeah, big boy there. If Humboldt State get going on that front foot, it's going to be a tough day. Lots of defence here, but looking forward to seeing what else comes out today.
Well, I'll be very impressed so far with Delvin Jamal Milton. He's looked extremely shifty out there, and he's got a lot of speed, you can tell. And, you know, he identified the player here on the blind side. He took a dab. They recycled the ball. And after that, it was pure numbers game. As you said, they didn't get their defence on both sides of the ruck there. No one set the A-gap on that blind side.
Yeah.
And Latu recognised that and said, hey, if you're not going to defend me, I'm just going to crash over.
Yeah, take what you see. We've got Christopher Armstrong, the fullback here, lining up for the conversion. Opposite of where the try scored. Appreciate his process here. You can tell he's got one here. It's all about routine with the conversions.
That never really had a chance, unfortunately.
Yeah, connection, you can hear it was not too ideal for the connection with his boot there, but way to get it off there. We've got our new score here. Humboldt is up 5-3 with an unconverted try.
Have you noticed, T, that always the goalposts in America are always short?
They are short. They are.
For some reason, our goalposts in New Zealand are extremely tall because they think that the kicks go so high, they always want to make sure that they go between the uprights. Here, it's hard to judge when you're a touch judge behind the post to actually see if the thing goes over. Central Oregon, restart.
Well fielded here. Oh, big hits right here. Got to be low in them tackles. Sweet, Humboldt State secure the ball and then go out to their back line. Way to keep that ball alive. See if they can take advantage of that space. Oh, here we
Nice
go.
pass.
Just right through the space. Oh, he just needs
He's
to
gone.
finish now. Go ahead and finishing speed. Well
He's
done.
definitely under the post there.
Yeah, that's
That was
number-
an absolute cracking pass.
Absolutely. There you go, taking advantage of that centre field like you were saying earlier, Chip. That's Adonis Lee Johnson.
Yeah, he was identified as obviously a player that scored a bunch of tries for them this year.
Yeah, that's our score right now. With that try, Humboldt State goes up 10-3. Now we're just waiting for their conversion again by Christopher Armstrong again.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he makes this one.
Oh yeah, let's not jinx it. No. But I think so. I'm gonna back you
and
on
the
that.
height of the goalpost is not going to be an issue on this
Not
one.
going to be a factor in his calculations.
Notice that they don't have a black dot in the middle of the crossbar
Look at you
either.
just noticing these things. These things help. Nice high uprights help with that extension, and yeah, that black in the middle definitely helps with lining up.
As my brother would always say, and he was a goal kicker, the distance between the uprights is still the same, no matter if you're kicking from the corner or out in front. And that's just a little mental thing that you had to remind yourself as a goal kicker.
Absolutely. He comes away successful for that one, right between the uprights. So Humboldt State score a quick one. Now they're up 12-3.
All of that good work that Central Oregon did at the beginning of this game seems to have dissipated now. They've really got to refocus themselves and get back to making some solid tackles. They've got to go lower.
Yep, I'm sure that the Coach Woody Bennett will have some fine things to say at halftime just to help them recalibrate. Leadership out there needs to make sure that they're communicating those things too. We'll see what happens. Here we go, put a name
They
on
let the
it.
ball bounce there. I'm never a big fan of that. However, they got lucky and they've got the ball back.
So the scrum, here come the strong runners.
That's the... Ball was stolen there by Central Oregon.
So for those of you guys at home who are just utilising the scoreboard also, Western Oregon University, where you see on the scoreboard, that's Central Oregon. And for the guest people here today, that's Humboldt State. So
Oh, the hook is blasted through here.
got a good
That was a
argue
very-
there.
Yep.
Take advantage of that front foot. Oh, they can't control. Penalty offside here for Humboldt
That was
State.
Camden Gregg who made the run there for the Bobcats.
Quick tap and go from the skipper, the number 9, the forward convert. Not back 10 again, so they get another penalty.
Yeah, I know. I think the yellow card might be in use here pretty quick.
Let's see what the skipper does. He's like
They're not spread at all. If they can get the ball out here to this 11, he's in.
just taking a little bit of time.
Humboldt State need to spread their defence.
No, they're going to go straight into the path of most resistance, right where those tackles. Oh, and he gets in. Humboldt needed to be listening to you with those low tackles right there in that situation.
You've got to go high-low in that situation. Whenever you're deep in defence there, someone's got to take out the legs, someone's got to wrap up the ball, and that was relatively easy to stop. Humboldt State did not stop them.
Well done. Hats off to Central Oregon coming back after a quick score like that with Humboldt State. It's tough to be able to get that momentum back. It's really important to score again, and they went in really well, and it's close too, so that gives their conversion a chance to just, stay within reach,
Did you see who scored that try?
No, unfortunately, I did not see. It was a try for the forwards, so I apologise to that. Strong work. I can relate when it comes to being a forward. You want to make sure you can get those rewards with all the work that you put in.
He did an excellent job of getting that ball down.
Absolutely. Well done.
He's chipped that one through.
Well done.
And that's made the score 12-10 in favour of Humboldt State. A bit of lack of focus there by the Lumberjacks. They didn't catch the ball on the fall from the kickoff. They turned the ball over to Central Oregon, and then they capitalised on that mistake.
Yeah, absolutely. It's that leadership I think I was talking about, that Ferguson out there. He's really just showing, follow me guys and we'll get this done.
Well, they're benefiting from a pretty favourable penalty count at the moment. By my record, it's about 6-2.
Bit of discipline on the Humboldt State side. We go for the restart. Well done. Takes it off the burst. Needs to straighten up there.
That's to say Andrew Osborne again, I believe. He's in the right place. That's the second time he's made a run off the kickoff.
Well done. He's still up. He's still up on his feet. Here we go. Strong ruck. Move the ball again.
Humboldt State a bit slow getting back.
Oh, hard luck. Loses it in contact. Got a bit
This is
hungry
Chris Armstrong making a dab there.
Humboldt goes to the blind side.
Tackled there by Byers.
Yep. One crash off of the base of the ruck. They're just trying to suck in those defenders. They go again with their big hit-ups.
This is where they like to get it wide. They don't usually do more than a couple of crashes, I think. Then they're going to start to spin it here.
Oh, big man sees the angle on the in. Good chop line. Quick ball here, and we can see what happens. There it is. Perfect. Get it out now. Here we go.
There he is, Delvin.
Straight forward. Great strong running there. Makes the first tackle a miss.
Yeah, but I like the way he comes in at speed. He runs very, very hard into contact. That's great play.
Oh, a bit of a show. Keeps the ball. Humboldt in a great position here to score. Here they go, coming right again into the open side. Get a bit of organisation in here, and I think they'll be able to put it together. They just don't know. There's just no plan right now. You can tell they're just going in at the crash here.
Again, if you can get it out left right now, you're going to be in a pretty good situation. Those backs have got to get spread for Central Oregon, otherwise they're going to be in trouble.
They go to hands.
Another good run there by Andre Haskell.
Lots of space left. He sees that opportunity. They just need to run straight. Oh, makes the first one miss. Second one miss with some fancy footwork. Oh, that's Adonis. He keeps going.
He's already got one. He wants more. Bit of a wobbly old pass. It's gone to touch clear out on the other side there. But the referee saw a knock on, probably by Adonis.
Probably just lost it in contact. He had that line fever.
Well, he showed a little bit of step in action there.
He did.
Maybe that's come from an American football background. Unfortunately, Humboldt State's American football program has been knocked on the head, and a lot of these guys have come across from the football program to join rugby because they're still matriculating at school, so they need to, stay fit, and this was a good option for them.
Absolutely, that's great. Welcome to rugby. Much more fun. Ooh.
Again, this scrum is really dominant here for Humboldt State.
Oh. Penalised. Not coming in straight. He's saying they're boring in, so Central Oregon get lucky here. Looks like they're going to go for territory and kick it to touch. They'll also have the line out put in here, so it's a great way for them to relieve some pressure as they're backed up right against their try line.
So in the line-outs here for Central Oregon, you asked me about this before, you caught me on the hop. But look, for the big guy, Jay Byers, he's going to play halfback, and then he's going to insert himself into the line-out there at a undisclosed location.
Undisclosed.
Okay, because only he knows where he's going.
I heard him disclosing it earlier. I was like, oh, their language.
There he goes. Now they've got to lift him. He looks like,
well
the
done.
lift was a little bit late.
Line out there. They did control it and didn't look like it went straight there, so Humboldt get a choice what they would like to do to proceed. They either have the line out or they can restart play with a scrum. They're going to choose a line out.
That would be a wise choice.
Yeah. This is great field position right here for Humboldt State, especially with their really strong midfield. Set piece play, we'll see if they've got something put together.
And I like the old school fashion. Their backs are nice and deep there. Notice how deep they are. They're hitting that ball at pace. This is old school stuff here by their coach.
Yeah, here we go. Ball's out wide with the intent to go wide. There's that middle
There he
attack.
is. Oh, that tackle was a little high there on Delvin.
Well done, Central Oregon, to stop that advancing of the ball. Here he goes, still on his feet. Good tackle here. High tackle for quick touch.
That's Bradley. He's actually had a really good game so far. He's in.
He's in. Way to see them sleeping. Got that quick tap off and took advantage of some high, not very low in the tackle. Come away with a score.
I've been very impressed with Thomas Bradley so far. He's over the part of this loose four trio with Latu and Narco. Obviously, Latu's a bruising runner, and Narco's pretty good in the scavenging the loose ball. But Bradley seems to have a nose for the ball. Yeah,
that's definitely important with that position that he has as an open side flanker. Always looking for work, always looking to take advantage of those little small spaces in between the forwards and backs. It's like a hinge. If he lives there well, he'll come away with plenty of tries this weekend. So Humboldt State come up now. They're 17-10. Armstrong here with the conversion attempt. Well done. Slots that one in there. Humboldt's lead extends 19-10. It's a good match here so far.
Yeah, you're definitely better at math than me, T. Papakura High School, it's not exactly the beacon of educational excellence that it once was.
I don't know. Once we get past 20, though, Chip, it's going to be past fingers and toes, so I might need some help here. An abacus, maybe? That might help with my basic arithmetic.
Oh, I'm so old. I used to have to use those logarithm tables.
Oh, goodness. Everything changes this. Oh!
He's knocked that ball on.
Got to keep your eye on the ball all the way into your hands. Took his eyes off looking for the pass prior.
He might have heard footsteps, too.
Might have.
Because those bobcats, they have very soft feet.
Intimidation factor.
I don't believe you can hear a bobcat sneaking up on you.
I wouldn't know. I'm happy that I don't know. I like to keep a safe distance.
They are. I happen to know someone who has a bobcat.
Oh, really? Oh, I thought you were going to say you happen to know someone who was crept up on by a bobcat.
I don't think that'd be a good outcome for them.
No. Not particularly. There's no bobcats in New Zealand, though.
Thank goodness.
Thank
They'd
goodness.
eat all of the flightless birds.
Yeah, I would. Sad. Sad. So Central Oregon have a great spot here when it comes to territory.
They've got to organise the scrum. They've got to get a quick hook
Yeah.
and get that ball out of there.
Pick it up, number 8. Oi. Okay, here we go. Oh, nice running at depth.
That was Justin Johns taking that ball, but he got the tackler right at the same time as he received the ball. Central Oregon do win the ruck, even though they were going backwards, however. The ball's gone into touch.
Went into touch. Central Oregon still maintained possession of the ball. Well done here. And we can see their strong line out again, led by their number 8. Where's the inserts there? They get the height there, so if they can put it together with a good put in with the throw.
He's an extremely tall young fella.
Is. Perfect. Oh, at the 1.
Yeah,
Good
little-
choice. Like the diversity there at the line out.
Yeah, those Humboldt State players are way offside there, in my opinion.
Oh, Sue doesn't see it. Keeps his eye on the ruck here. Look up.
Again, they're offside. Again, referee doesn't notice. This is why their Russian defense is pretty good. They're keeping Central Oregon behind the advantage line.
Central Oregon choosing to keep it what they were doing earlier, attacking the fringe in order to just suck in those defenders. Now they're going wide.
He had the right idea there to try to get it wide. The execution wasn't quite bang on, though.
Sue's not going to play the mishandling. He's just going to say that the ball went out of bounds here. Humboldt State gets the line out, and they get to reset.
But it's good that they're on this side of the field, because otherwise I'd have to grab the binoculars from the car.
Good to see the crowd starting to turn out in numbers now.
They've probably been tailgating in the parking lot. That was a little bit not straight, however.
Oh, timeout here. Sue's going to go and chat with his AR about, come to a conclusion about what happened here.
I didn't see anything. But I also do some refereeing as well this year, so clearly my eyes are bad.
Clearly.
Well, that's one of the prerequisites to being a referee.
Do you have your goggles on, sir? No. Appreciate officiating here. It's really important for the development of rugby in this nation, along with the players, along with the coaching, is the officiating. If you're not knowing what's going on when in the Sue's head, when you're as a player, you don't really know what to do, how to play off of him and the decisions that he makes. Oh, they come away with a yellow card, really.
I think he took him without the ball. I would have to have a look at the replay, but it seemed like the ball was already gone, and then the Humboldt player got buried. I don't know if it was a cardable offence, however.
Yeah, right, so he has to play in the sin bin for 10 minutes. Looks like he'll be out for the rest of the half. He'll be come back in just prior. Richardson goes to touch, and they gain, what's that, about 15, 25 metres. That's quite a range, but they gain some territory here, and Humboldt will get the throw in.
No, apparently
they're
they're going to re-kick it, because I don't think the referee put time on.
Mulligan. He's calling a mulligan on that one.
Oh, that's a better kick.
It's a better kick, about the same distance, but sweet as.
They're not going to give him a third crack at that?
I don't think so. Better not.
It seems like they're taking a little bit of time to get the Humboldt State jumper into the air. I'd like to see him go up a little quicker and get that ball. It seems like it's a little bit predetermined. We've got Jason Uupi throwing that ball in.
Well done. They go to the back,
That was Narco up high there.
straighten up. Oh, there's an angle just to open up the middle. Not
Another
releasing.
penalty.
Number 9, he likes to go for that quick tap. Stay in bounds. Well done. Now he goes secure the ball. Oh, lost forward in the tackle. Knockback 10 is the call again from Humboldt. Central Oregon gets the penalty here. And they're going to play territory. Well done.
Well, they seem to have a little bit of wind at their back here, Central Oregon. It's just kicking up here. That's why I noticed it.
Well done.
Wouldn't have thought it would have been a factor before, but they are playing with the wind in this half.
Well done.
And they're playing with 14 men. If they can withstand this little period, and maybe, it's almost like hockey, get a short-handed goal while they're down, that would be wonderful.
Done. Great line out. Their conversion rate is really high. Got to get it outside of that tackler.
He really didn't have any option there. He had to take it himself. He'd have passed that one, the guy would have been in hospital. So, he did the right thing by taking it up. He probably just needed to run a little bit more directly.
Yeah, those straight lines, straight towards the goal line.
Halfback got that ball out any way he could there. And now it's out on the blind side. Humboldt State attacking. They've just moved over the halfway line for those listening on the radio.
Oh, Central Oregon still maintain possession of the ball. Well done here. Let's see if they can go ahead and put stuff together here. They got the ball on the base of their ruck. Ferguson goes ahead and gets off to the first runner.
There's just no room for Central Oregon to operate. The Humboldt State players are really, really uptight.
Central Oregon's just over halfway, so they've gained back the territory that they lost here. Just those punishing yards with the hit-ups. Now they're going to space again, through their hands. Hard luck.
Yeah, Gary Jacks just knocked that ball. He's trying to get that ball away. Unfortunately, he was carrying it like a loaf of bread. Anytime you carry the ball in one hand, bad things happen.
Yeah. They've got the right idea here, Central Oregon. I appreciate their pattern that they're trying to put together. They're going in tight, trying to suck in those defenders, and Humboldt State are actually reacting that way. Just can't put it together with the ball handling to attack space once they've created it out there on the edges.
Yeah, they're having a tough time because the Humboldt State defense is coming up quick, especially around the ruck area. They just need to get that wide. Maybe two skip passes to get it out wide might be the option.
Yeah. Humboldt State in control of the... Oh, that's a great scrum. Oh, I don't know about that choice. You can tell that they had a set play. They wanted to go blind, but the defence was in a great position in order to take away that angle. And it looked like the number 8 was in the way also.
Yeah, it was a bit of a wobbly old pass by Nick Sanchez there. Second time gone to the overhead biff, I would think.
Yeah, he's seeing where the space is, but he's got to get his body in a better position in order to take advantage of that space. But it's really good to see that he has that vision once he gets that execution down.
Well, they've got a really good scrum here. They just need to be a bit more patient. Work it to the number 8, then let the play develop. The backs are probably a little bit eager to get the ball.
Good scrum by Humboldt State, puts it back. Oh, he had the right idea to let go of some of that.
That ball was charged
pressure.
down, so it's not a knock on when it's a charge down. Humboldt State on attack, midway 10-metre line and 22. However, Central Oregon come up with the ball. That ball is stolen right out of these. He totally poached that ball right out of there.
Humboldt, way to make that cover tackle. Important to make that here right now.
That's Cam Arnold out here, that number 14. He's actually looked quite good in his few touches of the ball. Here goes Narco taking the ball straight up the middle. However, he's lifted up. They'll try to keep him upright. Instead, the ball goes to ground. Now Humboldt State will get the ball back. Humboldt haven't taken advantage of the fact that the Central Oregon Bobcats are man down. I would have thought that they would have put them under more pressure. It's got to be difficult coming up here from Northern California. I don't know if they came up by car or they all rode the school bus. But, you travel all that distance in a car and then you go out and then you've got to shake the cobwebs off and come out and play a game of rugby. It's always difficult.
Yeah, these are young college kids. They can dust them off and they'll be perfectly fine, I think. I remember when I was that young. I remember. It was last week. No, just kidding.
Yeah, this Humboldt scrum is pretty good.
Here we go. Through the hands.
One more. There you go.
Well done. There we go. Take advantage of that space. Here's the speedster. Make them miss. Great space. Where's the support?
That was Riley Toman there with a great run. But that was just what I talked about, getting that ball wide, quickly, and away from that rush defense.
And they Humboldt State come away with the ball just with that loose pass. Now they're just taking back all that space.
That's Adonis that took that ball back up again. Now they exploit the blind side there. There's Thomas Bradley again. He's everywhere.
He is everywhere.
Later on, he's going to be selling hot dogs at halftime.
Make sure to leave a tip. All right, they go back into the all big hit runner.
He's left that ball behind you. Someone better fall on that.
Well done, Central Oregon. Just get up, taking that advantage of that.
He's got only one
mishandle.
receiver out here, and he's going to maybe have to get it wide
Way to
to
make
his winger. He plays the pop pass. Unfortunately, Sanchez wasn't expecting that. He's knocked it on, but the referee has given a penalty to Central Oregon. Slightly mysterious call.
Calling for offside, I believe, was for. Central Oregon get another relief play right here where they can go to touch. Good, take up some of that time.
I believe that's the prop that kicks for touch. His name is Caleb Rauch.
Utility player.
You know, I played lock back in the day, and I used to kick for touch. I'm a left-footed kicker, and me and the other lock, we both did touch finders. He had a booming right punt on him.
Booming.
Yep. Again, Byers.
Well done.
Their lineout's pretty good.
Yeah, solid. Way to command that set piece. Ooh, hard luck. Going through the hands, he just spills the ball forward. Humboldt State with the advantage. There's space in front of them.
The problem was they were just going through the chain. No one was hitting the ball at pace, and they went backwards, and then, of course, they got tackled.
Well, they come back up with the ball again. Position is important in this game, and it's a bit of a disease out there right now. Everybody's hands are just a little bit loose. Calm down. It's just before half time. Watch the ball all the way into their hands and maintain position.
Bit of a sloppy period of play, actually,
Yeah.
since the Sin Bin incident
Yeah.
and that last try. I think Central Oregon can be pretty happy if they can maybe get some points here just before halftime. I don't think it's looks like it's a couple of minutes before halftime here. If they can snag maybe another try here, they're in this game for sure.
Absolutely. It's definitely within reach. We're a score, converted try, and a penalty away from they could take the lead. But we've just got under 3 minutes to remaining in this half.
And that guy's got to be coming back soon, isn't he?
Yeah, he went out at about 29 minutes was one that was on the clock. The sir is the one who gets to say when he comes back in. It looks like they're just talking about the time right now, making sure that everyone's on the same page about play.
Must have been a penalty in there. All I saw was the knock on, but
Oh, kick doesn't go fine touch.
he's dotted that down. It's been for 22. Again, with the field being as wide as it is, it's hard to find touch, but he was relatively close to touch there.
Yeah,
It just
yeah.
came off the side of the boot. He
Yeah.
bananaed it.
Yeah, a bit of an error there. You want to find touch. He was going for more ground so they could be obviously close to the try line. But they would go start with the 22 just for Central Oregon University. Get it to space. Well done. Make that tackle. Well done. Great loose forward play
given
by
that-
the blanket. Oh,
He's out. Touch judge a little late with the flag there. That guy was definitely out.
few words here on the sideline. It's just out of bounds, guys.
I'm interested to see
fine.
Cameron Arnold get the ball with a bit of an opportunity. He's looked quite useful to me. Unfortunately, he's had a couple of touches, but he just hasn't been able. They haven't given him the ball.
Yeah.
Thought the fullback could have given it to him a bit earlier there.
Yeah, early always helps. Then he's a support runner. Give and go. Central Oregon with the line out. Their backs are just nicely depth Oh, way to control the ball with that. Beautiful at the top of that apex of
Old
that
school.
line out.
Yeah, he tapped that ball back to the halfback.
Wonderful.
Yeah, a little bit high there.
Humboldt State have the penalty again against them for the high tackle. They go with the
Ferguson
quick tap.
taps. That ball spun wide by Paulson.
Absolutely.
Humboldt State walking at the moment, not looking as fit as they need to be.
Central Oregon go ahead and just maintain possession in the centre field.
Bit of a counter-ruck there by Humboldt. They have the big bodies there to affect that counter-ruck.
Yeah.
Now, here's the guy that I wanted to see. He's chipped that ball ahead. He's going to, can he put it on the toe one more time? He went down to try to pick it up. He probably just need to toe it one more time. I think he would have been in.
Yeah, one more time, and then you could just concentrate on nice dive. Couldn't pull in that little chip and chase, but great vision again. Put them on their back feet. This is still a good position for Humboldt to be in control of the match. It's well done. Good rugby.
Well, that's where some soccer skills would have come in handy. Okay, so, you know.
Light touch.
Yes, we used to dribble the ball on our feet in practice because of the muddy environment. Often you'd end up having to dribble the ball when the field was just total mud. No chance of any mud here today.
No charge. Nice clean white jerseys here today. So Central Oregon with the put in, right, camped out inside their 22.
Yeah, but this scrum, Humboldt's just pushing them right off of it.
Ball comes
that
out.
was Latu, I believe, who's picked the ball up. He's put it over one of the lines on the field, but I don't know if it's the try line.
He sees the line. He's going to concur. The Sir's going to concur with the touch judge. Wants to make sure that it was not lost forward, it looks like.
There's so many markings on these fields. There's yellow lines, red lines, white lines. I believe we're playing the white.
No try. No try awarded. Double movement is what he called on that. He needs
Rabbiting.
to go. Yeah, he needs to go in one firm movement in order to score the try. So he was grounded and he had another go, and therefore it is no try awarded.
Could have been that he got confused about the lines.
No, it could have been. Central Oregon gets another lucky one, and they go to kick to touch just to release some more of that pressure. Good choice. We're at 41 minutes on the clock.
We're into overtime at halftime.
We are in the overtime, so let's just see if they go to touch again just to go into the half. Don't need to do much here, just maintain possession of the ball, get it out.
Yeah, they're getting him high, very, very high in that line out.
Oh, they're going to keep it. They want some blood.
Oh. You know, had he not knocked that ball on, it was really going to take some serious yardage out there. I believe we've got to be close to halftime here.
Sweet. I'm going to take cue from the players here as they walk off to the sideline. It's a halftime. That's halftime there. And our halftime score, we're looking at Humboldt State University up 19, and as the guests, and Central Oregon Community College hanging in there with some great composure, really, with their backs up against the wall, 19-10.